Every morning, millions of Indians wake up, go to work, earn their living, and quietly pay taxes. That small deduction from a salary slip, that extra charge on a bill, that GST added to a simple purchase, it all goes somewhere. India stands today among the world's largest economies, ranked within the top 5 by nominal GDP. Yet, the country has also faced serious security challenges over the years.
पहलगाम आतंकी हमले में 28 पर्यटकों की मौत हुई है, जबकि 12 से 16 पर्यटक जो है घायल है। उनका इलाज श्रीनगर में चल रहा है।
22 अप्रैल के रोज आतंक के झंडा बरदारों ने निहत्थे मासूम पर्यटकों पर अंधाधुंध गोलियां बरसाईं।
पुलवामा हमले में शहीद हुए 40 सीआरपीएफ के शहीदों को देश भर में श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित की गई।
Hyundai i20 suddenly exploded, killing 8 people and leaving several others injured,
including terrorist attacks where hundreds of citizens and soldiers lost their lives.
These 40 brave souls, the country came first, but they were more than that. They were someone's son, husband, father, brother.
In healthcare, it is not uncommon to see people standing in a long queues, waiting hours for treatment. Infrastructure has expanded across the country, but gaps continue to exist in transport networks, irrigation systems, and essential public services. Governments at both central and state levels spend billions on subsidies and welfare programs, but still we can see current poverty levels and agricultural crisis. Critics argue that excessive welfare promises and unwanted freebies can sometimes strain public finances. And when citizens try to question these issues through the legal system, they face another challenge: a judiciary burdened with millions of pending cases. So a simple question begins to echo across the country: where does the tax actually go?
टैक्स कहाँ है?
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 Tax यहाँ है.
2014, the combined railway budget for Andhra, Telangana, the united point of time, was only 886 crore rupees. And now, Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji is giving a budget of 9,417 crore.
For transport, India introduced the Vande Bharat train, capable of operational speed close to 130 km per hour. It was inaugurated by the Prime Minister of India. The Prime Minister is protected around the clock by the Special Protection Group, one of the country's most elite security forces. But security protection is not limited to the Prime Minister alone. Certain political leaders receive government-funded jet category security based on threat assessments, while private individuals, business figures, celebrities, spiritual leaders may also receive such security, but typically pay for it themselves. For the public, India has built vast express highways to connect cities and improve mobility. Yet, sometimes those highways suddenly narrow, widen unexpectedly, or curve sharply without warning. India also hosts several prestigious universities and institutions. However, many families choose private schools due to perceived quality differences from government schools. Parents often pay lakhs of rupees in fees. After years of education, graduates follow different paths. Some graduates end up running tea stalls. Some become social media influencers promoting brands. Some enter corporate jobs, sometimes bounded by strict employment contracts or bonds. Others spend years preparing for government jobs where competition ratio can reach 700 applicants or more for every seat. And many graduates struggle with unemployment or underemployment. If someone becomes a doctor in healthcare, they may work in hospitals equipped with advanced technology, but treatment costs in private hospitals can reach thousands, sometimes even lakhs of rupees. The government hospitals and health cards provide subsidized or free healthcare services for maximum limits, but accessing those services often requires long queues, patience, and time. Political parties regularly promise welfare programs such as free ration and subsidies. Reports of ghost beneficiaries and fake ration cards have also raised concern in welfare distribution systems. If a citizen believes services were denied, they can complain to higher authorities. If those complaints fail, they can approach the courts. But even then, there is no guarantee how long justice may take. You might still feel confused. The question asks, where does your tax go? But until now, I have only shown you where it is being spent. To truly understand that question, we must first understand how the tax system itself works, how taxes are collected, where they are stored, and how they are eventually distributed. Only then we can justify the title. Let's understand the tax structure. Governments generally collect taxes in two ways: direct taxes, indirect taxes. Direct tax is simple: you earn, you pay. Examples include income tax, corporate tax, capital gain tax, and more. These are collected by the Central Board of Direct Taxes. You see it, you feel it. Indirect tax works differently. It is charged on goods and services rather than income. Examples include GST, customs duty, excise duty, sales tax, etc. These are collected by the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. You may not always notice them, but you pay them almost every day. Now you understand how taxes are collected. But the next question is even more interesting. How are these taxes designed? Across the world, economies generally follow three taxations: progressive, regressive, and proportional taxation. Progressive taxation. The more you earn, the more you pay. Countries like the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada use this system. Let's assume X, Y, Z are three people. Person X earns 30,000 and pays 10% tax. Person Y earns 50,000 and taxed 15% because he earns higher than X. Person Z earns 80,000 and pays 20% tax. As income increases, the tax rate also increases. They all use it, but what happens when you cross the line from middle class to the higher income? You don't raise, you get taxed harder. Is that success or punishment? Regressive taxation. Now imagine three people buying the same pen: a poor consumer, a middle class buyer, and ultra rich buyer. The pen costs 20 plus 18% GST, 9% CGST, and 9% SGST. Final price 23.60 rupees. All three people pay the same tax amount. This is regressive taxation. And the burden shifts to consumer because seller collect it and pass it to the government. Proportional taxation. Here everyone pays the same percentage regardless of income. Example, Ashok earns 1 lakh and pays 25%. Bharat earns 10,000 and also pays 25%. The rate remains equal whether someone is struggling or thriving. Most governments combine all three systems: progressive taxation on income, regressive taxation hidden inside consumption, and when revenue gaps appear, governments often hit the ultra-rich with cess and surcharges. You have paid your tax, direct or indirect. You have done your duty, but now comes the real question. Where does the money actually go? Under Article 266(1) of the Indian Constitution, most government revenue goes into the Consolidated Fund of India. Every rupee from income tax, corporate tax, customs duties, and many other sources flows into this account. It is legally held in the name of the President of India, but operational control lies with the elected government. No money can be withdrawn without Parliament approval. The fund is audited by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India under Article 148. It is operated through the Reserve Bank of India. Under Article 267, the government maintains the Contingency Fund of India. This is essentially country's emergency reserve, used for unexpected situations like disasters or urgent national needs. In 2021, the fund was increased from 500 crore to 30,000 crore. Money taken from this fund must be later approved and replenished through the consolidated fund. Under Article 266(2) lies another category: the public account of India. This includes money such as provident funds, post office savings, insurance deposits, etc. These funds belong to citizens but are held in the government custody. Withdrawals do not require parliamentary approval, but they are still audited by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India under Article 148. So now you know something important. Your money is collected, divided and stored inside the three financial worlds of the nation, each with rules, each with oversights. But the important question still remains: how is the money actually being used? That's not a donation, not a charity. That's a silent promise. Your rupee is your voice, your demand, your vote for a better life. Countries across the globe, from vibrant democracies to silent monarchies, are held accountable to deliver on 6 unshakable pillars of progress from the taxes of their citizens: national security, education and skill development, healthcare and technology, infrastructure, social welfare, judiciary and legal access. These are not favors, they are public responsibilities funded by your money. But the real question is, how effectively are these responsibilities fulfilled? Under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution, every citizen has the right to life and personal liberty, placing a constitutional responsibility on the state to safeguard the lives of its people. Yet, India has experienced several tragic attacks. Events such as the Mumbai terror attacks, the Kargil conflict, Pulwama, Pahalgam and recent Delhi blasts. Other more incidents have taken the lives of citizens and soldiers. India maintains one of the strongest militaries in the world. But the country is also among those frequently targeted by the cyber attacks. Safety indexes place India around the middle range globally in terms of safety and peace rankings.
मुझे कसाब की गोली लगी थी 26/11/2008 के दिन। सरकार ने मेरे घर पे आके बोल के गए थे कि आपका रहने का घर का व्यवस्था करेंगे, वो अब तक दिया गया नहीं है। और मोदी सर के पास तो सभी लोगों का मैसेज पहुंच जाता है, तो मेरा मैसेज अभी तक क्यों नहीं पहुंचा है?
Article 21A guarantees free and compulsory education for children between 6 and 14 years. Yet challenges remain. But government schools shrink 8% and private schools up by 14%. There was a decline of 29,410 in Madhya Pradesh and 25,126 in Uttar Pradesh reduction in government schools.
These are the kids of rickshaw drivers, maids and migrants. And today, one or two of them could get a big step up in life.
Normal day at school for these children, but it's far from perfect. The classroom is a metro underpass, the blackboard, the wall of a flyover.
We have 5 to 6 million children underprivileged who have an IQ above 130.
Public trust has also shaken by several examination controversies, including Vyapam recruitment scandal, Bihar toppers case, fake universities investigations, teacher recruitment irregularities, midday meals and infrastructure issues. India's healthcare system has expanded significantly over the past decades. Yet, several tragic incidents have raised serious concerns. The Gorakhpur oxygen tragedy in 2017 resulted in the deaths of dozens of children after oxygen supply disruptions. The Bharuch COVID hospital fire in 2021 claimed multiple patients' lives. The Jhansi NICU fire in 2024 led to the deaths of newborn babies. These events highlighted issues such as overcrowding, infrastructure gaps, and shortages of medical staff and supplies. India has made remarkable progress in infrastructure development. Some systems rank among the top globally.
देश की राजधानी दिल्ली देश में हो रही विकास क्रांति की साक्षी बन रही है। दिल्ली को हमें विकास का ऐसा मॉडल बनाना है जहां सभी को महसूस हो कि हाँ, ये विकसित होते भारत की राजधानी है। हमने रोड बनाने में स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी का उपयोग किया। स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी से फोटोग्राफी होती है, मॉनिटरिंग होता है।
Large infrastructure projects attract tourism and global attention. However, certain projects have faced delays, cost increases and controversies. Examples include the Polavaram irrigation project, which experienced repeated cost increases and rehabilitation challenges. Allegations of inflated cost in road construction projects. Many road construction projects have faced public complaints about poor quality.
It is man-made disaster or not?
No disaster that you like rainfall is not. Because of you understand my son.
Overcrowding in some government transport vehicles has raised safety concerns. The 2G spectrum allocation controversy, where financial loss estimates were debated in later court proceedings. Governments also introduced welfare schemes and subsidies to support citizens, but extreme poverty is still persisting in recent years. Millions of people are still living in multi-dimensional poverty. Yet, welfare systems has also faced challenges including fake ration cards, diversion of food grains, ghost beneficiaries. India's judiciary carries one of the largest case blockages in the world. More than 5 crore cases remain pending across the courts. Some civil cases take 10 to 20 years to resolve. One reason is the shortage of judges. India has around 21 judges per million people, while legal experts often recommended nearly 50 judges per million. Lower courts also face infrastructure and digital system challenges.
Now you know your tax is not just money, it is trust. Trust that security protects you, that education shapes the next generation, that hospitals will save lives, that infrastructure will move the country forward, that justice will not take decades. But the real question is no longer where does your tax go? The real question is far more powerful. When citizens faithfully pay the price of a nation, is the nation truly delivering the future those citizens paid for?